You guys remember when everybody had cable and shows aired weekly and you could actually talk about them with your friends before a guy on TikTok spoils them 6 hours after they air? No, guys, I actually got the Severance Season 2 finale spoiled for me while I was at school by some guy on TikTok that didn't put a spoil warning. Something's changed, and I don't think it's making us any happier or more entertained. I miss waiting for new episodes. I miss everyone being on the same page. I miss TV feeling like a shared experience. I miss a time before binge culture. Me and my boyfriend were bored the other day, so we decided to go thrift shopping. And usually I'm the type of girl to immediately jump right into the clothes section as soon as you walk in. But that day, since me and my boyfriend live in a very small town and there's not a lot of clothes options besides old lady shirts, no offense, I decided to take a look at like the media section. And in the media section, I found a copy of Pulp Fiction on VHS. The first VHS that I ever bought. And I just remember thinking, oh my god, this is so cool to hold a movie in my hands. And as you can see from behind me, I have actually bought a lot more since then, and I've actually spent like all my money on them. And it's also really nice because they're only like $1.99 at the thrift store. So yeah, we've got some over here. And also, I went into the technology section, and I got a RCA VHS camcorder. It does not work. Very disappointed about that. But it's a very nice $20 paperweight. Anyways, but that was the day that everything changed. I didn't know it then, but that stupid little plastic rectangle would eventually send me spiraling into an obsession of VHS and physical media in general, and also spending all my money on a practically extinct form of media. Anyways, but something has snapped in my brain. I used to be able to sit there and watch a movie like a regular human, but now I find myself scrolling on Netflix for hours on end, looking at those little 30-second clips that they show you from the movie. Then I get too overstimulated to the point where I end up just watching The Hangover again for the 50th time. And then I go to bed feeling like I accomplished absolutely nothing but aging. And don't even get me started on streaming platforms. I'm paying $14.99 to scroll. I don't even know what half these titles are. I'm sorry, but why are we greenlighting all these really bad Netflix originals and like all the good shows like Pen 15 canceled? I just have a problem with us not owning anything anymore. Back in the day, people owned movies, like physically. You had a VHS or a DVD. There was commitment. There was weight. There was shelf space. It forced you to slow down, commit. No skipping, no autoplay, no algorithm. Just you and whatever movie you picked and maybe some popcorn. But now you're basically renting these movies from Netflix until they decide to take them away. Halfway through a show? Sorry, license expired. And yeah, having everything at your fingertips sounds really cool until you realize it just kind of makes us numb. There's this illusion of choice, but the more options that you actually have, the less likely you're going to pick anything. It's like going to an all-you-can-eat buffet and then leaving with a single breadstick because the sheer thought of making that decision just overwhelmed you. With VHS and DVDs, you're not doom scrolling. It's like, oh, I own 3 tapes, so it's either E.T., The Mummy, or Flubber, and then you decide, okay, I'm going to watch Flubber. And you watch it, and it's perfect, and Robin Williams is a genius. You know what's weird? We used to actually watch stuff at the exact same time. Like a show would come on at 9 p.m. on Sunday, and you either caught it live or you missed it and had to listen to your friends talk about it the next day at school. That was it. You just had to be there. Like, oh my god, coming to school after the newest episode of Pretty Little Liars came out and sitting with your friends and talking about your theories about who could be A, like, oh, that is the life I miss. It gave everything a sense of community. Like Euphoria Sundays. If you weren't sitting in front of your TV when Euphoria dropped, what were you doing? Like Severance. Me and my boyfriend watched Severance, and then my family also watched Severance, but we watched it separately. And I remember when every episode would come out, we would have a big deep dive about what happened this week and what our theories were of next week. And it was just so special to be a part of that and to have a community that was watching the same stuff you were. Everyone coming to TikTok to talk about it after, discussing their theories and what you might have missed. It made things matter more. The episodes felt like events. You waited a week. You made theories. People will post insane screenshots. You all wait in anticipation for the next episode, and it all builds up into something together. Now it's like a whole season will drop and everyone will scramble to finish it at their own pace. You open Twitter and somebody's already posted finale spoilers and you're only on episode 2. It's chaotic. There's no collective buildup, no shared excitement. I have been waiting for Stranger Things season 5 for what feels like my entire adult life. It has been 4 years. 4 years. My hair has changed. My address has changed. The actors have gone from adorable 10-year-olds to I should probably be paying my taxes. Like, guys, I was 11 when the show started. I'm turning 20. And you know what? I miss it. I love that show. I'll say it. I don't care. I care about the characters, and I care so much about that ending feeling so well deserved. That's why even though it's been a really long time, I do kind of like that they're splitting it up into 3 parts, even though it does feel kind of like, hey guys, it's been like my entire life since you last dropped the last season. But I do appreciate them splitting it up into 3 parts low-key, because it's going to just slow down the experience, because I know that I would binge it all in one day if I could. And with stuff like that, the reason I worry is because the build-up for these things are years long, and then the conversation that we have about them after is only about 48 hours before we move on to the next big thing. Like, we all went from watching and screaming and reacting and crying in the same room to watching it alone in a room by ourselves. And it just feels kind of sad. And let's be real, binging stuff feels good in the moment, but it is totally frying our attention spans. Like, our brains were not meant to absorb an entire season of Breaking Bad and then go to work the next day like nothing happened. You finish a binge and then what? You feel empty, like you just blacked out for 8 hours, but now you're really dehydrated and emotionally hollow. In my opinion, spacing stuff out like 1 episode a week is better for your brain. It gives you time to process, to feel things, to like miss it a little. Anticipation is part of the fun. I just miss earning my entertainment. I just miss looking forward for that new episode and waiting 7 days until it drops. That hunger for the show, that's what made the episode hit so hard. Now we just consume, move on, forget, and then rewatch Pretty Little Liars for the 50th time. And I also feel like we're not actually like watching it anymore. You'll be watching a show with subtitles on, simultaneously FaceTiming your best friend while scrolling Pinterest boards titled Bedroom Fairy Light Core 2024. It's just annoying because I feel like entertainment doesn't get to be special anymore. Everything has to compete with everything else all the time. And the only way to win is to go faster, bigger, louder. And even then, you're forgotten in a week. We get mad when a show doesn't give us what we want right away. And I'm guilty for it too. If it's not explosive or twisty or interesting in the first 10 minutes, I'm giving up. Remember when like shows used to build? When character development took time and filler episodes gave us time with the characters that we care about? Yeah, and maybe this is just me being lost in nostalgia, but I think we're losing something. We're losing that slow, the build-up, the moment-to-moment magic that lets a story breathe. And here's the craziest part. With my new addiction, I find myself watching things that I probably wouldn't watch on Netflix. Because when I go on Netflix, I see 10,000 options and then I freeze and then I just end up watching something I already watched before. But with physical media, tapes, DVDs, whatever, I think it's time for me to watch the Scooby-Doo live action movie. Guys, I'm not even joking. I actually do have it. And I'm planning on watching this. It's the one with the island. So, very excited. And sometimes I love it, and sometimes it's garbage. But the point is that I watched it. I love that there's soul in this stuff. And I'm not saying we should build shrines to the Scooby-Doo movie on VHS, although we should. But, like, there's also something really special about holding a movie in your hands with artwork that someone specifically designed for this movie. In your hands. Maybe it's nostalgia, maybe I'm broken, maybe I just like rewinding things. But for me, it works. So yeah, I believe that binge culture is ruining us. But thrift stores, VHS tapes, Scooby-Doo on VHS, those might save us. One stupid little plastic rectangle at a time. Anyways, hi, I'm Isabella, and thank you for joining me today. Guys, I got a new microphone. I hope it sounds amazing. This is courtesy of my boyfriend. Thank you. I love you, babe, so much. Mwah. But I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, hit that like button because it really helps me out. And like always, if you had fun this week, you should subscribe because I guarantee you'll have fun next week because I do post weekly every single Monday. Anyways, love ya, great to see ya, and I will see you next week. Bye!